Hello and welcome back. Okay, the Plague Tournament, and we have two players playing the same deck, and they called it Ryggsekk. And for you guys who don't speak Norwegian, what is a Ryggsekk? Well, Ryggsekk is the same, is the word for backpack in English. So the Rygg is the rook, and the Sekk is the sacrifice, and therefore Ryggsekk. So they've obviously been brewing together since they have the same deck and the same sideboard and everything. So it's a friend versus friend. And another thing, both of these players have great collections. They can really, if they wanted to, they could play the deck or anything. But they've chosen to play something spicy, something cool. So that's nice to see. So let's take a look at this Ryggsekk, shall we? And here is the deck. Player name is Audun and Thomas. The same deck. So this is a cool brew. So you have Ryggsekk. That's a 0/3. When it dies, you get a 4/4 dragon with the flying. And he's playing Animate Dead. And he's playing a lot of sacrifice effect like Diamond Valley. And then the sacrifice card and the Ashnod's altar, all those permanents. You can sacrifice your own creatures. So and the Triskelion and all that, that's really cool if you can get that back. And of course, if you use your counters on the Triskelion, then it's just a 1/1 creature. So then it's really nice to sacrifice it and get it in your graveyard and maybe get it back with a Animate Dead. And so this is a pretty spicy combo. You just juice it up with a bunch of power cards and all that, and then you have a really good deck. And the sideboard, it can go a lot of ways. There are Blood Moons, there are Abyss, and there's this Harmony. This Harmony is really cool with cards like Diamond Valley, because if there are two creatures attacking you, you can cast this Harmony and take one of them and block the other creature, and then sacrifice it to Diamond Valley. So that's a card that Ole Rustad has been playing for a couple of years now. So the tech is spreading. Alright, so that's the two decks. So let's see who's going to win. Okay, game one. You have Audun to left and Thomas to the right. It looks like Audun has Mulligan to 6. Oh wow! A Mind Twist for 4. But he's left with 2 cards. Okay, Suchi, 2 lands, Animate Dead. Okay, that's a very good comeback card. Ancestral. So now Thomas have a pretty decent advantage here. There's the Animate Dead, and you can get opponent's creatures from the graveyard also. Deploying some ramps here from Thomas into a Soul Ring. Ooh. Ashnod's altar. So you can sacrifice a creature and gain 2 colorless mana with that artifact. And there's a Chaos Orb from Audun. So an attack with the Suchi. Of course, the Suchi is a 3/4, because if you animate dead a creature, it gets -1 power. So in this mirror match, that might come up a bit, because in a world of a lot of 4/4s, 3/4 it's much worse. Okay, interesting. Going after the altar, and he hits. Thomas just scoops. Okay, that was a fast game one. And this is game 2. Thomas in mulligan to 6 and have a library opening. So that's a pretty slow start, but if your opponent doesn't have a lot of pressure, it's still very solid. So here Audun has a pretty slow start as well. And he is mana screwed. Oh wow. Yeah, this game is going to be a short one. There's a mana vault. And the mid dead was the top deck from Audun. Maybe I'll have to start, discard a Suchi. So now Thomas just have to draw a bunch of cards, deploy some creatures, and grind Audun out. There's an animate dead on the Suchi. Ooh, a top deck from Audun, a library. Ooh, and he have of course 8 cards, and now it's making a trying to make a copy of the Suchi, but Thomas have a red elemental blast. Okay, so this game might be more close than I first thought. Ancestral again. And I'm always amazed when I look at Thomas's decks. So many beautiful cards. All black borders. Ancestral, Time Walk, Library, Moxes. And there's a Triskelion. Yes, he discarded that, I think. So there might be more animate deads. Yeah. Of course, both of them are now a 3/4. And here's a Ryggsekk. It's a 0/3, and when it dies, you can put a 4/4 flying dragon creature token into play. So that works really well with all the sacrifice effects. A Mind Twist. At least that gets Thomas out of library range. He has 4 cards, now he's drawing his 5th. So if you want to get back to 7, he have to stop playing anything for 2 turns. But he can still attack. So it looks like he's going to cost something. So he might feel that he has such a big advantage here that he just is going off library and not letting Audun get back in this game. A book. Yeah, that's a way to get card advantage. I think Thomas have enough lands in play, so he might use the Jalum Tome to discard his lands and get some more threats on the table. There's a Diamond Valley. Such a cool card. Now it's going to be interesting to see if Audun has brought in any disharmony. Oh yeah, there it is. Let's see if there's any counter spells. So he takes over the Suchi and blocks the Triskelions, and then he sacrifices his Suchi with the Diamond Valley and gaining 4 life from that exchange. So once again, that play would have been so much better if both creatures was a 4/4. sip of beer. And there's a strip mine on the library. Another sushi. I see a lot of sushis in Audun's hand here. Animate that. On the Ryggsekk. Okay. Now he doesn't have 4 mana for us for a sushi. Okay, so activating the Diamond Valley. So he's getting a 4/4 creature now, a token with flying. And he casts another animate dead with a Ryggsekk again. So now he can block and getting a 4/4. So here comes the sushi and a block with a Ryggsekk. And that gives Audun another token. He should get one any moment now. Yep, there's one. Those tokens are really cool. I wonder where they got those from. Because there weren't printed any tokens back in 93, 94. Soul Ring. 2 dragons in play. I think he should at least attack with one of them, because he can cast some sushis, and he do have that Diamond Valley if his life become low. There's also a fireball in his hand. Ooh, attacking with both of them. That's 8 damage, puts Thomas down to 9. And an animate dead on the Ryggsekk again. So he's really being patient with his sushis in hand. That's an attack. And a block. And another dragon is going to hit the table. Of course, Thomas also have a Diamond Valley now, so this might be a grindy one. Okay, so activating Diamond Valley, sacrificing the Triskelion. He's paying 4 mana to untap his mana vault. Here comes the sushi. And Audun can swing in for 12 next turn. So this is pretty bad for Thomas. So it really looks like Thomas. No, it really looks like Audun was dead at the start of this match. But now I feel like he's a bit ahead. And there is a Chaos Oh, balance. What a decent card. My whole rant that Audun was kind of ahead at the moment, and then the balance arrived. And the balance doesn't check for artifacts, so and then the Ryggsekk, of course, so there's Thomas is getting that token. Okay, so looks like Thomas is winning this game too. He's paying 4 mana to untap his mana vault. Attacking for 4. Audun is blocking the dragon, so they trade. Take 4 damage, go down to 9. Okay, 4 mana. Another Ryggsekk. Okay, when the Ryggsekk is on the stack, Thomas is going to activate his Chaos Orb to take care of the Diamond Valley. Of course, Audun still have that altar. Ashman's altar or something. Don't remember the name. But not gaining life with the Diamond Valley, that's really huge. And there's another Suchi. We need more of those in every old school game. And just pass the turn. And this is a good... Oh. Yeah, with Thomas having that Jalem Tome active, that's really huge, because he can always discard whatever he draws and get a new card. Excuse me. Okay, we have trips. Still not attacking. Activating the Diamond Valley. Getting a flyer. Yeah, that balance earlier was so huge. But this is a fantastic game, by the way. This game too have been awesome. It's really been swingy back and forth. So that's the kind of games you want when you play old school. At least that's the most satisfying games. Especially if you win, of course. The Mind Twist for 1. And it got mana drained. So Audun will now get 2 colorless mana in his first main phase. And the top deck is not what he needed. Alright, so it's 1-1 and this is game 3. Game 1 was really fast, game 2 was really long. Thomas mulliganing. Okay, 2 mocks and a time walk. The altar. I think Audun was mulliganing as well. I don't think he would have kept a 7-card hand like that. Mana Vault from both players. Mind Twist or 3. So we can keep one of them. That's 2 fireballs and a Mind Twist. Mana Vault is doing some damage. Oh, that's brutal. Thomas doesn't have any more lands. Okay, never mind. Time Walk. Takes the damage. And this is the downside of a Mana Vault. Really often you can ramp out like a turn 2 Sarah Angel, of course, or something. But there are a lot of good answers to creatures, so that's often like it's a trap. And that Mana Vault can really do a lot of damage before you get to untap it. But of course, some games you can win with a play like that. Chaos Orb. Yeah, you can see Thomas is down to 13. Still can't untap that Mana Vault. Ryggsekk, Audun. Brain guys of a 1. And another City of Brass. Oh, so it's going to take. If you want to untap his Mana Vault, you have to tap 2 City of Brass and skip a turn. So this doesn't look well. Down to 7. Ryggsekk can shoot him down to 4. So he's not going to untap. He can't afford it. So need something cool. Balance. Could get a creature into play, you can sacrifice it with Diamond Valley to gain some life. Thinking everything through. Okay, that's the Ryggsekk and a counter spell, and it's over. Oh, look at that. A lot of animates dead in Thomas's hand, but there wasn't any creatures in the graveyard, so yeah. Right, the end. So Audun won 2-1, and yeah, that was a really great match, especially that game 2. That was really swingy, back and forth and all that. So that's it for me today. You should like the video and subscribe, make a comment and all that, and thank you for watching and hanging out. I really appreciate it. That's it. Goodbye.